2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. Looks like I'm up here. I don't see it over here though. I was trying to. There it is. Looks like it's happening. Okay. How's it seem out there, everybody? I'm out here on my 5-acre sandbox in Mexico. Overlooks a really cool cliff. And I tested this all week to see if it was going to work. And it did. It seemed to be working really good. But today, of course, we've got this overcast. It's like thick overcast. So hopefully everything sounds okay out there for you. It looks like it's broadcasting on my monitor here. My mom and dad, my dear parents are here. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for tuning in. I saw they already sent in a little tip. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate that. I'm going to start this off with a banjo tune, and then the rest of it's going to be guitar songs. My guitar's down there, and play some guitar songs, some stuff that I played in Albuquerque, like when I lived here from 1999 to 2010 or 11. Trying to lean in on that a little bit now that I'm back in this area. As you know, that's been a challenge. But here we go. This one's called "Keep on the Sunny Side." As a tradition on this channel. There's a dark and a troubled side to life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though you'll meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side you also may feel. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It helps every day and brighten all the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. Though the storm and its fury broke today, crushing oaks that were cherished so dear. Clouds and storm and time will pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It helps every day, bright and all the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. Let us meet with the song of hope each day. Though this moment is cloudy and fair, let us trust in our Savior always, and keep everything in His care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It all helps every day and brighten on the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. Dark and a troubled side to life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though you'll meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side you also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It helps every day and brighten all the way. Well, keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It all helps every day and brighten on the way. Keep on the sunny side of life. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life. All right, thank you very much. All Seth Looks like Seth Hoffman tuned in. Thanks for tuning in, Seth. Thanks a lot. I'm going to be on Seth Hoffman's podcast later this month, which is about sometime in we're in April, sometime in April, maybe May. I'm not sure when he's going to release it, but and there's that song, Keep on the Sunny Side. This is episode 100 of this thing, even though I'm glad it looks like things are working out. The broadcast hasn't interrupted, and that's something to be super grateful for. It looks like there's 7 people watching. That's something to be grateful for. And yeah, I'm gonna celebrate with I didn't bring any alcohol out here on this trip with me today. I'm about 17 miles from anywhere on a dirt road. So I purposely did not bring any alcohol out this week because I did not want to drink, and have not been able to drink, which is nice. Alcohol or beer or whatever. And so it's been nice. And today I'm going to celebrate episode 100 with it's a Zevia. It's a stevia sweetened soda that I like. This one's the Dr. Zevia. It's like a Dr. Pepper. It has a little bit of caffeine. And it's my favorite flavor. It's the best Zevia flavor there is. Everybody agrees, I think. Anybody who knows Zevia. Hey, thanks, Seth. Thank God for Seth Hoffman. He's been so good to me since I've been out here in New Mexico. He's always been good to me. We've been friends for a long time. Great musician. And him and his wife came out to see me play at the Tractor Brewing the other day, last week in Albuquerque. That was super cool. There was a nice crowd there. I think people were a little disappointed because they couldn't hear as well as they would like to. So I am going to have another Albuquerque gig coming up. It's more of a listening environment. And that's on May 7th in Albuquerque. Come check that out. 2 people have liked this. This thing's going great. Episode 100. So I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, which I love. I just love it. I've been out here for this is my 4th day. I got out here Sunday evening. So this would be like, what is that? Sunday to Monday evening is 1. Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, Wednesday to Thursday. So been out here for 4 days straight. And I would like it if I could just stay out here, honestly. I mean, I love going into town and playing some music and stuff and getting some supplies every now and then, but it's been so serene. I've just been working. I've been making sandbags. It's just a bunch of sand out here in my land, and I've determined that the best way to do anything is with sandbags, and it's really working out really well. It's a lot of work, of course, sandbags, but it's good for you, you know? Got to keep those muscles strong. And I think I've made 50 sandbags so far this week, and I haven't been working like nonstop on it, but it's been going well. Oh yeah, Seth and his wife had the best seats at the tractor show. They were like sitting like point blank right next to me, so that was cool. Yeah, and I never met his wife, so it was really nice to meet his wife. I'd love to get to know her more, and seemed great. So yeah, I came out here. I guess I got to New Mexico on Easter Sunday, and spent some time with some good friends of mine down in Las Cruces. We had a good old time, and we had a really good time. We had a really good Easter Sunday. But on Monday morning, I left and came up to Socorro because I knew I wanted to get a new license plate. I wanted to get my New Mexico license plate. I wanted to register my motorhome here because, you know, when you're coming back here into these back country with all these homesteaders and stuff, the last thing they want to see is a California plate. So it was literally like the first thing I did when I left my friend's house in Las Cruces. I went and got my plates. And I was so proud of myself. I was like, yeah, I did it. Because it's tricky to register your motorhome when you don't have a license. I mean, an address, like a proper address. My land out here doesn't have a proper address. So I had to show my land deed, the deed, and then I had to have that notarized at the library. And the people at the library are super sweet in Socorro. There's a Socorro County, and there's the city of Socorro. And I was in the city of Socorro, and the woman at the MVD, they call them MVDs here in New Mexico. I'm not sure why. I've always wondered that ever since I lived here a long time ago. It's like, how come they call them MVDs in New Mexico? Everywhere else it's DMV. But anyway, they call them MVDs. I went to the MVD to get my license plate, and the woman there was super nice. And she's like, you got to get this notarized. And I was like, where's there a notary? And she said the library down the street. So I was thinking, you know, every notary I've ever been to, they charge, right? It's like this library is super sweet. They're like, oh yeah, you're in Vegeta technically, and this is your zip code, and we're gonna notarize this, and you can go get your license plate. I was like, this is so sweet. And so what was I saying about that? So I went to get the license plate, and there was something I was gonna say about the woman at the library too. She had the same birthday as me, which was cool. Oh, and they didn't even charge for the notary. So like every notary I've ever been to in the world, they charge. But I was like, you're not even gonna charge? And they're like, no, it's free. I was like, this place is great. So I got my plates, put it on, and I've been driving around for you know, what, 10 days or whatever, thinking I was incognito with my New Mexico plates. And just yesterday I realized I still have my front California plates on. I didn't know we had front plates in California. In New Mexico, there is no front plates, just back plates, you know? And so, yeah, I guess the cat was out of the bag. But hey, at least I got it off now. And no offense to California. I love California. California's been really good to me. I love it there. I just need a place of my own. Living on, I hope all my California friends can understand. Living on a motorhome, basically on the side of the road in California, it's tough, you know, it gets tough. I made friends with a lot of the homeless people, which is cool, or the houseless freak people, whatever we're calling them. I mean, I'm a motor homeless guy, I guess, so. But let me play a song here now. This one is Cheap and Sunny in Albuquerque. Got a couple of comments here I should probably address. Oh, so my friend Lance. Hey, Lance, thanks for tuning in, buddy. Yeah, the sandbags are made. These ones are made out of a plastic. It's I think it's a polyurethane, if I'm not mistaken. And they are not UV resistant. So you're meant to like cover those with some kind of like some kind of plaster pretty quickly, so they don't get exposed to the sun. They make ones that are UV resistant that last a little longer in the sun, and then they do still make the burlap sandbags. I think they're either burlap, and I think there's even hemp ones out there. They're expensive, but they're nice. Those hemp and burlap ones are nice because how come I lost a like? There was 3 likes and now there's only 2. Anyway, those burlap ones are neat for like landscaping because they will disintegrate. They biodegrade and break down over time. So if that's what you're trying to do. So yeah, but I got these polyurethane ones. It's really cheap to build with sandbags. You can get sandbags as cheap as like 33 cents, I found. Those are the ones that are not UV resistant. They're just white sandbags. They're super basic. But if you get the UV resistant, it's like 45 cents a bag. So I've got all kinds of ideas based off of that now. So, okay, somebody put the like back. Thank you. All right. And it looks like, who else was chiming in here? My mom said, congratulations on 100 episodes. Thanks, Mom. I think you and Dad have watched every episode. Pretty sure you have. My parents are the best. My friend Pete was visiting yesterday. My friend Pete from Albuquerque, he was visiting, and we were remarking how great my parents are. They're great people. Okay, I'm gonna do a song called "Cheap and Sunny" in Albuquerque. This was a big hit back in the day. Not a big. It was a big Albuquerque splash, I should say, before I broke up the band. All right. I'm so thrilled that the connection is good enough out here to do a live stream. It's so cool. Southwest of the U.S. there is a place where the sky's blue almost every day and hardly ever rains. But don't worry of money, it's cheap and sunny. Coyote's house the days are warm and there's always plenty of sun. Don't worry of the money, it's cheap and sunny. It's cheap and sunny in Albuquerque. It's cheap and sunny in Albuquerque. Ancient Egypt on the Nile, like the Rio Grande. Albuquerque is such a place of isolation. It's cheap and sunny in Albuquerque. It's cheap and sunny in Albuquerque. It's cheap and sunny in Albuquerque. Something like that. I messed it up just a little bit, but hey, it's been a while. So I had to look at the lyrics, but I forgot to put the lyrics up. So all right, so yeah, I've been out here for like 4 days. I think my lips have been chapped since I crossed the border of Arizona and New Mexico. I remember that. You got to really hydrate out here. It's high desert, you know. So that's a real thing. So cheers to fluids without caffeine. Hopefully, I know caffeine's not super hydrating. But yeah, it's like I've determined on this trip. I've been out here. This is my 3rd time on my land. I think maybe my 4th. My 4th trip visiting here. There was some issues too back in January. I won't go into it, but basically somebody was trying to sell my land on a website, and I had to sort that all out, which was crazy. So it's tricky business buying land, you know. But yeah, I've been wandering around, and the sand is just super loose everywhere you go. It's literally like a sandbox. It's like deep sand. You could dig right in, super soft, and probably make some amazing sandcastles out here if you had some water to, you know, keep things together. But it's interesting because I live on this plateau. I'm on this plateau, right? My land is on this plateau, which is a flat. Some people call it a mesa. I like to call it a plateau. It's just like this flat land on top, and then these cliffs on the side. They're not like sheer cliffs. You can walk down them. It would be tough, but you can walk down them. Probably have to get on all fours in parts, but you can get down them and up them if you wanted to. But the wind just kind of constantly blows across it, and I think what happened is I'm on the east side of the plateau, and the wind comes from the west, usually the southwest, and it just, for God knows eons, has just been blowing sand across to the east side of the plateau where I'm at. And that's why I think there's so much sand on my land. It's literally a sandbox. And I did some digging this week because I wanted to see how far the sand goes before I hit like any kind of clay or caliche, what they call it, or hard pan, whatever you want to call it. And I got about, I would say 2 feet, and then I hit some hard pan. It was definitely starting to get hard. And I'm not really crazy about digging working too hard at digging, because digging's hard, you know, especially when you're digging through hard pan. So I think I got an idea. I know how I'm going to do things from this trip, based on this trip. So, and it's affordable. As a self-employed musician, woo, yeah, especially when I'm in New Mexico. I don't have any gigs out here, y'all. I'm trying to build up gigs. Seth has been helping a lot with that. Thank you so much, Seth. Yeah, I've been trying to build up some gigs and stuff, and it's tough. It's been lean. I've gotten to the point where I don't even buy any more building supplies, even sandbags. Just kind of lay off on all that. And I think I've got everything I need to make my storage hole. I call it a storage hole because it's basically just a hole with a lid over top of it, so I can store stuff out here. And I can bury that lid so it looks like, so if somebody comes out, they can't find all my stuff, which there's not anything really super valuable in there anyway. But Yeah, it's my storage hole. I've almost finished that. And I've been out here for 4 days, so I'm pretty proud of myself, pretty happy with my progress. And had some chap lips the whole time. I have not been working on any new songs. I have to admit that. I've been focused on the land and just kind of hanging out on the land and having a good time. Like I said, my friend Pete came out. We spent a lot of time out here yesterday. He has a 4-wheel drive, so we're able to do some cool stuff. And yeah, just I've been doing a lot of sunbathing. Totally, totally clothesless, clothesless sunbathing. Because nobody out here, so nobody can see me anyway. And I think it's just kind of cool to get sun, especially on your feet. You know, I think there's a thing where if you don't get enough sun on your toes, like your toenails and stuff, I feel like they get funky, you know, and they gotta get sun on the toes. And there's people who say you gotta get sun on your private parts too. It's really beneficial for vitamin D and stuff. So that's what I've been doing this week. My sister's here, late but here. Hey Michelle, thanks for tuning in. My sister's seen almost every episode of this thing too. It's episode 100, Michelle. I don't know what you're drinking today. I'm drinking a Zevia, the Dr. Pepper Zevia. You would like this, if you haven't had one already. If you've never had one, my sister loves Dr. Pepper. I know that. She always has. Dr. Pepper and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. We have the same taste, I think. She likes the color blue as well. We're like the same people in some ways. We're definitely brother and sister. Zach is happy to see the 5-string out. The 6-string. Hey, Zach, this is for you. Actually, I thought of you, Zach. I was like, Zach was always saying, where's the guitar at? So. Oh, you're drinking iced tea? Is it hard iced tea, Michelle, or is it just regular iced tea? I told everybody at the beginning of this podcast, that I purposely did not bring any alcohol out here on this trip out to my land, so there's nowhere to buy a beer unless I wanted to drive forever to buy a beer, and I don't. So that's good. Things are going good. I really don't. Just really I want to figure out a way to stay out here. All right, let me play this song. This is another song. I definitely know my sister well. Well, I'm going to play a song now that I thought was an interesting topic back when I wrote it in about 2004, 2005-ish, I think is when I wrote this song. Used to drive across New Mexico and Arizona, parts of California at the time, and would see reservations and stuff, Indian reservations, you know, and it'd be like, that's just so, it's cool they have their own reservations, but it's not like prime land, of course. They're not giving them like great land. And then I was just like, how is it that we live in a so-called free country? Like, we're supposed to be the land of the free, home of the brave, right? Yet we like stole this land from the indigenous people of North America, right? I'm not laughing at that. I just thought it was an oxymoron. And so I wrote this song called "The White Man Stole This Land." And of course, since then, I've adjusted my outlook on this whole thing. And basically, and I've said this before on the podcast, and it's being said a lot more these days out loud in the open, which I'm glad about. And don't get me wrong, I think the indigenous tribes of North America were amazing. In fact, I wish they could have staved off the European invasion, the Spaniard invasion, whatever we're calling it. All the invasions from the west, from the east. I wish the indigenous people could have staved it off. And I think if they, perhaps, if they could have all unified against the invasion from the east, they could have staved them off. But it turns out they were all fighting with each other too all the time, and doing terrible things to each other. Some of the tribes were more peaceful than others, but some of the tribes were doing some terrible things to each other, you know, slavery, even there's signs now that there was cannibalism going on amongst some of the tribes, anyway. So but it's still like a good thing. It's a good practice to have reverence for the indigenous people of this this continent still. You know, I think all of us reasonable people do. And this song, that's what this song means to me now. It's still questioning things, but I have a different slant on it now. And the reason I'm playing it is because this was a lot of people like this song when I wrote it here in New Mexico. Driving down a long highway in New Mexico, reservations all around me. How is it so? The white man stole this land from the Indian to form a democracy. Though my driver's arms are burning, I have a farmer's tan. Shirtless, my skin is reflecting like grass under a stone. These motorhomes are giant, they're like a ship on the road. The drivers are old and retired. Stopped under a shade tree, a bird is singing. Though I wish that I could fly, he's dreaming. His arms were not tied behind his back in the form of wings. He wants to walk for the rest of his days. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. So Michelle, was that hard iced tea or not? Minnie Pearl was watching you as soon as you started playing the harmonica. She stopped and started watching. Yeah, dogs like it when they like the sound of the harmonica. No, they don't. They don't like the sound of the harmonica too much. My friend Aaron Daniels' dog used to fall asleep whenever I'd come over and start practicing with them. They were my band for a while. And I'd start playing the harmonica, and the dog, at first he'd be like, "What is that?" And then after a while he'd be like, I think he just like learned how to go to sleep to the sound. And a lot of dogs don't like the sound of the banjo either. Like they're like, "What is that?" I think it's just like these high frequencies that are emitted, and it like messes with their hearing. So, but yeah, I'm glad Minnie Pearl was paying attention. She's a great country music star, right? Wasn't she? Didn't she? Was she a musician, or was she just like an actor on the Grand Ole Opry or whatever? My sister's drinking a plain iced tea. Everybody's sober today. Good, congratulations, everybody. It's a sober podcast. I'm always sober when I do this, except for every once in a while. But yeah, but it's just been sober all week. That's pretty good. Yeah, so that's the thing. I've been like thinking about being out here makes me wonder, like, how can I stay out here and not leave? Like, just go back um, every weekend, leave and go to town and get supplies and play some music and then come back. I'm like, well, maybe I could do like one of those online jobs, you know, like remote work, like being a customer service representative for somebody or whatever. And I've been looking into that. I really have. There's a place called, gosh, what's the name of that site that I use? Anyway, um, they have like jobs listed and stuff, and I start to look at it, and I'm like, oh God, I got all these skills as a musician, you know, that I've built up over the years, and a video editor, music producer, you know, and like, man, am I just gonna throw it all away just so I can work for Lowe's, you know, like a customer service for Lowe's or whatever? So I was trying to figure out, and now I'm like thinking I could just do a bunch of, you know, teach a bunch of music lessons online remotely, you know, and then this podcast, hopefully, if I did it more consistently, maybe I could make more money at it. So, you know, that's what I'm thinking. But anyway, thinking of applying for remote work so I can stay out here. My sister says there are tons of remote jobs. I'll have to call you, Michelle, and pick your brain on the subject. I don't want to do something that I'm not like crazy about. I really do not. I've done that too many times in my life. I don't want to be working for somebody where I'm like, dude, I don't really care about this at all. None of this matters to me. But I got to figure something out if I'm going to be out here. And it sounds like the world is on the verge of something big here. I don't know if it's positive or negative. We'll see. But I'm trying not to worry about it. Does anybody ever know that story of the Fountainhead by, it's, Anne, what is it? What was her name? She has a weird last name. The Fountainhead was this book, Ayn Rand. She was sort of a philosopher, had these, like, some people call them extreme ideas. I think it was cool. The Fountainhead, though, is about this architect named Howard Rourke. He's like the main character. And Howard Rourke goes to architect school, and he knows exactly what he wants to do from an early age, or, you know, as soon as he goes into school, for sure, he knows he wants to make these certain types of buildings. And when he gets out of school, he does not compromise. He won't compromise. Instead of compromising, he like loses his office. You know, he rents his office out, and the phone line gets cut off at first, and then he loses his electricity because he couldn't pay for that, and then he loses his office. And then one day he comes on the gig he wants. Somebody wants him to make something out of like I think it was like marble or something, which is a gargantuan job. And Howard Rourke was like, I'm the man for this. So he takes it, and of course, things really kind of work out for him. And then his cohort that went to school with him kind of takes everything that comes along, you know, just even though he's not crazy about it. So that's what the whole story's about. And we all want to be the Howard Rourke, right? Of the story of like, yeah, I don't compromise. I'd rather lose my office than do something I don't believe in. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and I'm wondering if that's right now. For now, my head is above water. I'm having a great time out here on my 5 acres of land. Anybody out there, welcome to come out and come visit. Zach, come help me build with some sandbags. I'm building with sandbags out here. Zach said you could sell life insurance at retirement homes when you play there. Sell life insurance at retirement homes when I play there. Probably good idea, yeah. Just bring my briefcase with me and be like, okay, thanks for coming. If anybody wants to talk about life insurance after the show, let me know. Yeah, that would work out probably. All right, I'm gonna play a song now. This one's called Chinese Restaurant. And I was in was it last week? It was the week before. I was in Tempe, Arizona. And there's some people out there, dear friends of mine, who, for some reason, this song, Chinese Restaurant, they love this song out there. There's like a whole group of people out there who know this song. I don't know how big the group is, but there's definitely like a community of at least probably 5 people or more that really like this song. And unfortunately, me being me, I didn't bring my guitar to this gig, and they requested Chinese Restaurant. It was the only song they requested the whole night, and I was like, I can't play it. It was a bummer, so I'm gonna play it for them if they're listening. They're probably not, but if they are, uh, this one's for them and anybody else who likes this song. This was a big splash as well back in the day. Chinese restaurant, eating fried rice, soaking up soy sauce, Azodiac for my placement gets me wondering. I play guitar and sing, I'm living my dreams. So when the doctor tells me that I am dying, at least, just maybe, I can die happy, knowing that I have lived passionately. Bring me a bill with a fortune cookie. I forget to read, 'cause my poor wallet can't afford it. Now I'm washing the dishes. I play guitar and sing, living my dreams. So when the doctor tells me that I am dying, at least, just maybe, I can die happy, knowing that I have lived passionately. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so when I was living in Albuquerque from 1999 to about 2010, I actually moved back to Virginia for a minute. I've told this story before, but I went to Virginia for a couple months to be with my family. I think that would have been 2001, if I'm not mistaken. And when I was there, I picked up a compilation record from Bloodshot Records, which was a cool record label that I don't think is they're together anymore. But Bloodshot Records put together this compilation CD of like sort of like alt country. It was called alternative country or alt country back then. And this song came on. There was like a 2 CD sets. There was probably like, gosh, there was probably like 30 or 40 songs on this set that I got. And out of all those songs, there was one song that really meant anything to me. And it was a song called Weightless by the Handsome Family. And I was like, wow, this is such a cool song. It was slow and dark and like eerie, and just just cool lyrics. And so then I moved back to Albuquerque. It's a long story, but anyway, I only stayed in Virginia for like 6 months. I got called back to Albuquerque to play at the Albuquerque. There was like a band showcase, or the Albuquerque, or the New Mexico Music Showcase. It was a cool thing they did for like 2 or 3 years in New Mexico, and every band, all the bands would play, try to make it to the final round or whatever. And we were invited to play, so I got my band back together in Albuquerque, and we played, and it was a good time. And a few months later, and I stayed in Albuquerque, of course. I meant to go back to Virginia after the contest was over. I was like, I'll come. I'm gonna go back home and be with my family and stuff. I meant to. I got waylaid for sure. Um, I got sidetracked like crazy, like a tumbleweed, going completely off track. But a few months later, there was a band playing, and they were called the Handsome Family in Albuquerque at the Albuquerque Spring Crawl, which I had just played myself, and it was at Burt's. And I went to see them, and I was just like, "What are you guys doing here?" And they're like, "We just moved back to Albuquerque because Brett, the guy in the band, the husband, he lived in Albuquerque for a long time. So they moved from Chicago to Albuquerque, and they were huge influence on me. Huge influence from like probably 2001 till I left in 2010 or 11. And then of course people started like kind of copying their sound, and there's a lot of people who do that kind of music now. It was just real cutting edge then, but they're still really good at it. And I was really fortunate to see them the other day and got to talk and hang out for a bit at one of Daryl Sparks's shows with his band Pawn Drive down in Old Town Albuquerque at the Old Town Tap Room, and the Handsome Family was there. So it's been really nice being in here in Albuquerque, hanging out and seeing my old friends, and even got to see the Handsome Family already. It's kind of it's not a rare sighting, but it's, you don't always see them out and about in Albuquerque. So it was nice to see them, and politics didn't really come up too much, for anybody, thank God. Anyway, so yeah, not that I, not that I would ever, try to disagree with them or like combat them. I would not, do that, especially, in that kind of forum or whatever. I'm not. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. It was really great. It was good to see them. But yeah, so many people have kind of glommed onto that sound now. It's not as cutting edge, but they're just like so good at. They're so good at it, and I was happy to see that. I was happy to see that. I talked to Brett a little bit. He's like, yeah, I'm still recording at home, and it's cool. It's just cool. Anyway, let me address some of these. Matt says, Matt, what's up, dude? It's good to see you, man. Been a while. Great song, Martin. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. That song is like, it's true. It's kind of why I keep on doing my thing, is because at least hopefully when I'm at the end of my life, I'll say, well, at least I did what I wanted to do, I won't have any regrets that you know what I mean? I always say there's no such thing as no regrets, but you know what I mean? Won't have regrets like, hey, I should have done this and should have done that. Like, I'm doing what I want to do, so hopefully I'll be winning in that department. My mom says beautiful song, and Matt says great story. Hey, thanks, man. So yeah, this show's winding down. Got like another 15 minutes, but which is not really winding down, I guess. But I'm thinking about taking all my music off the streaming services. That's another thing, like I used to sell quite a few CDs a month. Like, it was a pretty good source of income before 2008, before the streaming services really started to take hold. And I admit, the streaming stuff is super great, super fun, super convenient. But for artists like myself, and any of the artists, most artists are not really making any money off of recordings anymore, and I think it's just not right. So I'm really seriously considering taking my stuff off of all the streaming platforms and just selling CDs or thumb drives, like some kind of packaging with a thumb drive in it, and you can, upload the files to wherever you want, like on your own. And it would be kind of like, it's kind of like people it's like when you go to Starbucks. Yeah, okay, people go to Starbucks, but when they go to like a local coffee shop, they're not there for Starbucks. They're there because it's a local coffee shop and they want to support local. So there is definitely a movement, like the grass people are into that, like helping out local and underdogs and stuff. I just need to start really getting serious about my merchandise and making money for my merch. And I think that's one way to do it. I know it's probably like some people would say it's suicide at this point to take all your music off the streaming services, but I'm sick of it, man. I mean, making $10 every 3 months off of this stuff is not, it's not working out for me. It's not great. And maybe it'll just help boost my income, which is what I'm all about. Just need more money. Need more money. I must have money. No, this time next year, if everything goes to plan, I'll be in a much better financial situation. I'll have paid off my motorhome, paid off a lot of my debts and stuff. So there's a light at the end of this tunnel, you know. Just and then when I get back to California, by the way, my operation's going to be June 11th. That's my surgery date is going to be June 11th to get this thing fixed, this defibrillator fixed. So I'll be off for most of June and maybe a little bit July. I hope I'm ready for July 4th because I have some good gigs for July 4th, but I'll be back in California in June. And so when I get back to California, the money is not a problem. I got all those gigs and stuff lined up and stuff. Just trying to make it through these lean times here in New Mexico while I'm on my 5-acre sandbox. Anyway, let me see what. Matt says all the cool kids are going back to cassette tapes. Yeah, I'm not going that far. I remember cassette tapes. What a pain, man. But hey, that's that. But you know, people went to vinyl for a while. I still think that is sort of a fad. Vinyl's heavy. People listen to vinyl 3 times and then that's it, you know. And CDs are cool. I like CDs still, but I think the thumb drive is probably the way to go because everybody's just gonna listen on their device anyway. So you just want to go straight to the device somehow, right? Or like it would come, you know, this packaging that I would sell. It would come with the code to actually download straight from my website. So these are all ideas. I actually talked to a guy today up in Michigan. He's really motivated, very ambitious guy. He's a rapper, and he's selling these like they're like credit cards with they have all the information on it has a USB-C connection on there, and he's like he's even talking to the car like manufacturers talking about how they should keep the USB-C for everybody because anyway, I don't know. I think he's on to something. I don't think he's quite there, but he's on to something. And I think what every artist is going to have to start doing again. If we have any guts as artists, we should just get together and overcome this machine, you know? Like just say enough is enough. Nobody's making money off of recordings anymore. It's not right. It's not fair. Stop. We got to stop. So that's just the way I feel about it. And I think a lot of people do too. What I meant to say too earlier about the indigenous people of North America, and I think this is going to be next episode, I'm going to talk about this more. But if we don't band together, like I thought the indigenous people, hopefully, I wish they could have banded together, you know, to prevent the influx of the people coming from the East, Europeans, Spaniards and stuff. If we could band together like they couldn't, to overcome this, whatever's coming our way, you know, it would be great, really great. I know it's probably not going to happen, but I think that's the lesson there is people have to come together and overcome these terrible things that are happening. So on that note, I'll sing another song. This one's called Mayan Prophecy. Am I going to sing Mayan Prophecy? I guess I am. So this is a song I wrote way back in the day too. This was off of the Cheap and Sunny album, which was probably my last good album ever made. I think it was 2008 or 2009. I'm only half joking when I say that. I came out with an album after that called Depression Proof, which is all banjo, mostly banjo tunes. Oh, I've had a couple good ones actually after that. But anyway, Cheap and Sunny was a strong record, and this was a song from it called Mayan Prophecy. It made a big splash. It was about in 2008 we were anticipating 2012 coming, and the Mayans prophesied that the world as we know it would come to an end. And of course, it wasn't like a grandiose, like huge earthquakes causing rifts in the earth or anything like that. But if you think of it, the world as we knew it did end in 2012, because by that time everybody had a cell phone, everybody was on social media. The world as we knew it changed. Just think, I mean, before all the social media and the internet and phones and stuff, it was a different reality, and we really are living in a different reality than we were then. But this is a song I wrote before 2012. I'm sorry, I'm not ready for that song today. I forgot how the lyrics. That's embarrassing. I'll play it next week, all right? I'll play that one next week. But I just played it the other night with my friend Kevin at his place. Now I forget it, but I'll play it next week. I'll do something else for y'all this week. This one, people really like these songs coming up. The first one I'm gonna play is called Limbo. The sad part is, a lot of my Albuquerque fans, they don't listen to me anymore because I didn't take the vaccine and my political views, and so that's like kind of conundrum. But there's plenty of people who do, and it was really nice that people came out to hear me at Tractor Brewing the other day. Yeah, I'm going to talk a lot about Trump next week on this next podcast, so, and what's going on with Trump. I expect people might be interested in listening, just like they're interested in seeing a train wreck. I gotta have the slide, hang on. I said I was playing Limbo. Let me play God Dog first. This one, like a lot of people like too. Take your time, sit on the floor and pet your dog. Watch a cartoon and listen to your mom plan out her day. Go through some old mail as you wait for God to assign your task. Project is probably not what you think the project is to the future, so let go on yesterday and let's go get drunk at a big buffet. dog, I'm listening to God. Walking my garden, listening to my dog. Right, thank you very much. That's God Dog. We got one more show. Is anybody still out there? 7 people still watching. 6 likes. That's a good ratio. Thanks a lot, people. Let's see. Do I need to thank any of my sponsors today? Let's see. I know my parents gave me a tip. Thanks, y'all. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Thank God. And that looks like about it. That's all right. I was also thinking, like, I don't know, what if people had to pay to watch this live stream, you know? I was like charged for entry. Would you guys even watch it if you had to pay like $2 to watch? Like, cause I don't know. I think you can do that, right? I think you can do like a membership thing on YouTube, but I don't think I have enough subscribers yet. Or like, I haven't met the criteria yet for memberships. Getting closer all the time though, which is nice, but don't think I'm quite there yet. Anyway, let me know. What do you think? Would you pay to watch me play on here? Do my thing. Rug pull. There's a reason to tune in. Venmo, baby. Venmo, baby. I put up the Venmo sign, but it's backwards, right? Or is it? Yeah, it's going to be backwards for y'all. So, it doesn't make any sense. It's not going to come out right anyway. Seriously, I'm going to make a backwards Venmo sign for this live stream. I would do it. Will do it. I'm going to paste it right there. Right there. It'll go right there. You can check it out. People are commenting. I better address this before the end of the show. It's great hearing some of your older songs. My dad says it's great hearing some of the older songs. Brings back memories. And Matt says I should do it. I think for the Venmo code plastered up here. Gotta the backwards inverse Venmo code. Crazy, right? Gotta do these things to stay in business these days. Let's see if I can do this one. Let me consult my tuner. Hang on. These huge strings on this guitar right now, because I'm tuned down to a step and a half. I like it that way, but I really want to get a long neck for this too, like I have for my banjo. Well, thanks for tuning in. You all are great. And episode 100 is in the can. As they say, right? Isn't that what they say? What do they say? My dad would know. Hey, Dad, what did they say when you were finished with like a publication? It's in the can, right? drive me crazy. No one's gonna drive me crazy. Episode 100. Thanks, y'all. Let's see. Okay, my sister says it's called In the Bag. Okay, episode 99's in the bag. My dad says it's ship it to print, ready for print. Wait a sec. What did he say? We used to say ship it. Okay, we're to ship it, which means we're ending this thing. We're gonna ship it. Hey, thanks, Matt Irondack. Thanks for tuning in, man. It's so good to hear from you. Hopefully, we get to do our favorite comedian while I'm out there, Robbie the Fire Bernstein. Maybe we can do that again at your house if he's coming out this year. I don't want to invite myself. I don't want to intrude. I think he likes having me open for him though. So, but you know, everybody's got their own ideas. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm gonna end this thing, and I'm gonna see you next week. I'm gonna do this another one next week. I got plenty of free time. I might do 4 of them next week. Just kidding. I would do 4 of them probably, but I don't think I have any official gigs next week. So maybe I'll just stay out here on my land until I get another gig. I don't know. I got a gig on Sunday though. If you're in Santa Fe Sunday, come out and see me at the Santa Fe Spiritual Center. See y'all. What did Matt say? It happens. If it happens, you're in. Thanks, man. That'd be cool. That's always a good time. All right. See y'all. Bye.